The familiar sounds of buzzers, whistles, squeaking shoes, and cheering crowds is right around the corner. The Nicholls State men's basketball team, who finished 9-18 last season overall, looks to improve this year, especially in conference play. In an interview yesterday, head coach J.P. Piper expressed his thoughts on their exciting upcoming season. Next week starts your third season here at Nicholls State. How does this team compare to the previous two?
I think this team is much better. We're a year older. We only lost one player off last year's team. And so I expect that the experience we gained last year will prove very useful to us this year.
3 new assistant coaches were hired during the off-season. Can you tell me a little bit about them?
Yes, Coach Unger comes to us from Florida State University and is our top assistant. Coach Terrence Jones comes to us as a former professional player in Europe and also played collegiately at University of Texas San Antonio, which is in the Southland Conference. And Coach Hillman comes to us from Texas Southern University. We also have a graduate assistant named Byron Alice who comes to us from the University of Pittsburgh. And very excited to have all those guys on staff.
In addition to Southland Conference rivals, you will also be going against teams from big-name schools such as Vanderbilt and University of Washington. Is this used as a motivating factor for the team to work harder?
Yeah, I think so. Those guys probably dreamed of being recruited by those schools, and for whatever reason they weren't, and so they look forward to going to play those schools to see how they measure up against the level of talent that those schools typically have year in and year out.
And with all the rivalries going on in college basketball, is there any team in particular you guys looking forward to facing?
Yeah, I think Southeastern and McNeese and Northwestern, because they're state schools, we always get up for those games. And then we play LSU as well. And everyone would be willing to acknowledge the place that LSU holds within the state of Louisiana. And then you add to that the fact that they were a Final Four team last year. So that'll be an exciting game for us to go play up there in Baton Rouge as well.
Following next week, the Colonels will travel to Washington to compete in the Basketball Travelers Classic. Their first home game will be December 9th against North Texas.